Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Welcome back to the daily forecast for Friday, March 22nd, 2024. Good morning to you. Happy Frigga's Day. Happy Freya's Day. Hail Frigga the All-Mother and Freya the Beloved. So today's astrology, we have the sun in Aries, a cardinal fire sign representing courage. The moon is in the second quarter Virgo. It moved on us during the night. Virgo is, of course, a mutable earth sign, and it represents meticulousness. So it is finally time at last to turn our attention back to those details. So if all of the big pictures energy we've had going on for the past couple of days has been getting to you, and that's not how you normally think, you are going back into your comfort zone today. So good news for you. Mercury is in Aries, a cardinal fire sign representing alertness. Venus is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing compassion. Mars begins the day in Aquarius, a fixed air sign, which is very staid energy, and then it's going to enter into Pisces, a mutable water sign representing curiosity at 6:47 p.m. Central Time. So that's going to be an interesting shift that we will feel later on in the day, from something that's just very steady, very deliberate, into something that's, I wonder if, we're starting to get that spark of adventure back into Mars. Now, Jupiter is in Taurus, a fixed earth sign representing practicality. Saturn is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing nostalgia. Uranus is in Taurus, a fixed earth sign representing renovation. Neptune is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing the imagination. And Pluto is in Aquarius, a fixed air sign representing reformation. So our moon phase is again waxing gibbous. Cultivation of intentions, working towards manifestation. Those are our watchwords for this point in the cycle. Now, the Virgo moon, it's exactly what you might expect for your to-do list. Focus, clean, organize, pay attention to detail, really getting into the nitty gritty and making sure that you dot your I's, cross your T's. That's the energy of the day. But what you need to avoid is heartless perfectionism, uncalled for criticism, especially if it was only for their own good. Yeah, this isn't the day for that. It's not in the proper spirit. And also, don't be dealing with impossible to please people. You can't do anything with them. And if someone is going to be dissatisfied with you no matter what, that's probably not someone who you need to go out of your way to seek to please. Now, this is the day of Venus, and Venus, of course, as we know, rules over all matters of the heart. And it's a symbol of every deity associated with any form of love, and it really sets the tone for Fridays. And with Venus being in Pisces, that lends itself to a lot of romanticism, but it also lends itself to the creation of illusions. So do be careful of what you take to heart and who you allow into your heart. Just a word of caution. So today's tarot card, we've been getting some whammies here lately this week. Today's card is the Devil. Again, it is a major arcana card that represents very long-term effects, a very meaningful impact. It's just a great big whammy to take in. It is the 15th card in the tarot, and numerologically that reduces down to the number 6, which signifies the second stage of completion. The keywords of the card are imprisonment, vice, and obsession. Now, the interesting thing about all of these things is that they are also quite frequently self-inflicted. You see the figure in there, that devil figure, that it is in self, it is constrained, it is chained to other things. It is just this very constrictive, self-destructive, I can't see any way out of it. It is the energy of the doomsayer. It is the energy of the demoralizer. It is the one who wants to keep you trapped. So the key to be dealing with this is, of course, to free yourself from your own self-imposed traps. It's amazing how many limitations we set upon ourselves that aren't actually appropriate and don't really serve any particular purpose. So the way to start freeing ourselves from the traps that other people would lay us is to first free ourselves. So begin, for one, we know what the process is like. And for two, by being successful in that process, we gain confidence, and we start to see people who want to control us in proper perspective. It makes them smaller. It makes them less significant. It makes them people who are wasting their energy and the time and their life, and the time that they have for their life on a fruitless, meaningless quest instead of doing something that's actually productive. And once you have something that is really brought down to size, you're not nearly so afraid of it. You're not even as afraid of any possible consequences they could bring to bear because it's all so fleeting, and you can have the courage to face up to that fleeting intimidation when you're pursuing something that has a long lasting benefit and is actually worthwhile. So definitely keep anything that's keeping you back, keep it in its proper place. It's smaller than you think. All right, now if the slide will go, there we are. Today's Celtic triad reads three things which end ill: falsehood, envy, and guile. When it comes to falsehood, remember the story of the boy who cried wolf. He told so many lies that even when he told the truth, no one believed him, and it had a disastrous consequence. Specifically for him, in at least one version of that particular fable, he gets gobbled up by the wolf along with the sheep. And lies in the end, the truth comes out one way or the other. Lies are nothing more than an attempt to fake reality, and you can only present an illusion of reality for so long before the truth starts breaking through. And we've been having a lot of truth break through as in the past couple of decades, in the past few years. People are starting to see past the lie, and people are getting very tired of the lie. They just want what is. Just give them an honest deal and a fair shake. Just be truthful about what is actually going on and why, and people's ability to be much more reasonable and much more flexible is almost instantaneously restored. What's feeding the frenzy and just people being absolutely intransigent and entrenched in their positions. What accounts for all of that inflexibility is people being bombarded with endless falsehoods. They get sick of it. And so they just start saying no. And they start wanting to stop wanting to deal with anything at all. So if we're going to break that cycle, it is going to require restoration of truth. And of course, that will end very badly for the people who benefited from the lies. And then envy. Envy has been making all sorts of appearances in the triads this week. And today I would like to focus on envy being the birthplace of theft. I really believe that to be the case. Anytime you're envious, again, if you're not thinking about how you can accomplish something or gain something yourself, you're just wanting what someone else has, or you don't want them to have what they have. And it's such a hateful thing, such a controlling thing. And it is this desire to have. You don't want to take the trouble to doing it yourself, so you just want to take it. It is just feeds into this impulse of I'll steal it. I'll steal it and I'll pretend it's mine. I'll steal it and I'll pretend I'm entitled to it. It really is trying to, gussy yourself up in someone else's borrowed feathers. And it isn't a good look, and it comes to a very bad end because eventually people see you as nothing what you are, small and grasping and pathetic. And then guile. Guile is malicious cunning. It's using your thinking ability and your ability to strategize for malicious and even malevolent intent. And of course, that ends very badly. It has bad consequences for your victims. It has bad consequences for you because you couldn't get yourself into a situation in which you not only can you not repair it, you may not be able to restore your character. And that's even if you have enough mental awareness to see that the course you've been on is actually a really awful course to be taking. And not good things, not good things, bad endings. We don't have to do this to ourselves. We do not have to create these outcomes in our lives. We do have agency. And this triad is a reminder to exercise that agency so that we don't get caught up with the people who do take this road. Now, today's magical intention, it is all centered on fertility, very appropriate for Friday. The color is coral, the plant is the rose, the animal is the pig, and the stone is the carnelian. And these fertility correspondences, they can also be used to fuel any kind of creative process. It doesn't just have to be about, trying to expand your family through having a baby or perhaps adopting. It isn't just about making sure that any livestock that you own are successfully bringing new life, or even perpetuating the flower bed. It isn't just about the most literal interpretation. That's fertility can be the fertility of your imagination. So if you've been wanting to write that song, write that book, create this beautiful painting, use these intentions to your benefit. You can just bolster up your own energy so that you can really produce and create what you want to. Now, for today's pagan practice, the hare animal spirit is very important at this time of year. It's active. Uh, take a shot at reaching out to it. You might contact an old friend today. The bonds of love aren't just the bonds of romantic love or familiar love. There is love amongst friends as well in the platonic sense. So if there's someone you've been neglecting, just go ahead and reach out to them today. See how they are. Doesn't have to be any big thing. Just check on them. And then, if you do need to strengthen a romantic relationship, incorporate the Two of Cups into your working. And of course, incorporate your partner. Let them know that you are wanting to do this. See if you can get them to join in with you with this. Any kind of workings that both parties are not just aware but actively involved in favor of that. Then for meditation, you might contemplate how you can become a more loving person. And again, this is love in any sense of the term. It isn't just romance. And then lastly, relax and recuperate this evening. There's a time and a season for all things, and there is also a time for rest. And during the busy season, we need to make sure that we are getting the proper rest, because we won't make it, or we won't make it very gracefully if we just run ourselves out of batteries. So our journal prompt for today: the essence of romance is appreciation of love, beauty, and virtue, along with a healthy sense of adventure. Does your life involve romance in this context of the word? So that's a little something for you to chew on and write about. And that's what I have for you guys today. Of course, there will be another daily forecast tomorrow, but in the meantime, leave your thoughts about this one or anything you really care to talk about in the comments section below, or shoot me an email at brigantiablackbird@protonmail.com and we can chat there. That'll do it for now. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.